This war was fought by two powers, the Allied powers and the Central powers. The Allied powers consisted of France, British Empire, and Russia, otherwise known as Triple Entente. Later joined by Italy from 1915, Japan, and the United States from 1917. The Central Powers was led by Germany, Austria-Hungary, the Ottoman Empire, and Bulgaria. They both fought over territory, imperial power, rising nationalism, and complex military alliances, sparked by the assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand.
For the causes of World War I, there's an acronym that I would like to teach you guys, known as MAIN. So let's start with what the M is. M stands for militarism, and it pretty much means the expansion. Great powers significantly increased their military spending and enacted conscription. The influence of militarism. Military leaders gained greater influence over government policy. Naval rivalry, specifically the competition between Britain and Germany for naval supremacy, created deep-seated hostility alliances. Next, we have A in MAIN, which is alliances. It's a web of mutual defenses treaties meant that a local quarrel could quickly pull in the entire continent. We have the Triple Entente, which is France, Britain, and Russia. The Triple Alliance was Germany, Austria-Hungary, and Italy. The domino effect. When one country was attacked, its allies were obligated to declare war, effectively making neutrality nearly impossible for the major powers. Next, we have imperialism. The scramble for Africa and competition for resources in Asia fueled friction. Market competition. Nations competed for colonies to secure raw materials and new markets. Diplomatic clashes. Incidents like the Moroccan crisis pitted Germany against France and Britain, narrowing the path for peaceful negotiation. And last for Maine, we have nationalism. Nationalism is the intense patriotism and the desire for self-determination, destabilizing multi-ethnic empires. We have Pan-Slavism, which is Slavic groups in the Balkans, supported by Russia, sought independence from the Austro-Hungarian Empire. The German pride, a relative new nation. Germany saw its place in the sun, often at the expense of established powers. And now we have the aftermath of World War I. So the most important event that you need to know for the aftermath of World War I is the Treaty of Versailles. It was the most significant diplomatic outcome, which formally ended the war between the Allied powers and Germany. The War Guilt Clause. Article 231 forced Germany to accept full responsibility for starting the war. You don't have to know the exact article, but just know that Germany was punished for the war, and that this will cause resentment, which will lead to World War II. Reparations. Germany was ordered to pay massive financial penalties and lost 13% of its European territories and all its overseas colonies. The Treaty of Versailles also stated that the German army was capped at 100,000 men, and they were forbidden for having air forces of submarines. And as a result of World War I, the fall of the Russian, Ottoman, Austro-Hungarian, and German empires came to an end.
A global conflict triggered by the assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand pitting the Allied powers, France, UK, Russia, later the US, against the Central powers, Germany, Austria-Hungary, and the Ottoman Empire. And that's the summary of World War I.